How's it going, Pokemon trainers? In today's video, we are going to do a November 5-star raid counter guide. Just like we did last month, we are going to cover all of the raid bosses coming to Pokemon Go for the month of November. This includes the Swords of Justice trio, Cobalion, Terrakion, and Virizion, and then Cresselia. So let's get right into it. Alright, for anybody who is new here, if this is your first time on the channel, this is a Pokemon Go channel. We do news, recaps, updates, and sometimes some other video game fun stuff as well. So if you're into that stuff, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I super appreciate it if you do. And now with that being said, let's cover these raid bosses. So now depending on when you're watching this video, we do have Darkrai in 5-star raids all the way through November 5th. So we've had them for a while. They started in the Pokemon Go Halloween event, and they're carrying over a bit into November. So if you do still need a counter guide for Darkrai, I'm going to put that link right up there if you're seeing this video early on. But on November 5th, right when Darkrai leaves raids, we're going to see the return of the Swords of Justice trio. Again, this is Cobalion, Terrakion, and Virizion. So these three Pokemon all will be in 5-star raids simultaneously from November 5th through November 16th. We're also going to see a Wednesday night raid hour from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. local time for all three of these on November 10th. So mark your calendars, this is going to be a great opportunity to raid all three of these if you have yet to catch them, if you're still hundo hunting, or if you're still shiny hunting. Now let's go ahead and start with Cobalion as our first raid guide. So all three of these Pokemon can be shiny, and shiny Cobalion is pretty cool looking. Now if you are out there hunting for the Hondo Cobalion, you're gonna want to look out for the CPs 1727 in non-boosted conditions, and then 2159 boosted by either snow or cloudy weather. So Cobalion is a steel and fighting type Pokemon, which is going to make it weak to fire, fighting, and ground type Pokemon and attacks. So first up, if you want to Mega Evolve a Pokemon for Cobalion specifically, you definitely want to consider Mega Charizard Y as your first bet. If you don't have enough energy for a Mega Y, a Mega X will also do really well, but Mega Y is going to be a little bit better. Now don't forget, evolving either of these Pokemon is also going to give a boost to Fire and Dragon type Pokemons that are going to be in raids. So if you're battling with friends, we all know that Fire is really good against Cobalion, so having a Fire type Mega is going to boost other Fire type attacks for that entire gym battle as long as Mega Charizard is out battling. Now if you do put in a Mega Charizard or even a regular Charizard, the best moves to have are going to be Fire Spin and Blast Burn. Another alternative is going to be a Mega Houndoom, also with Fire type attacks. So if you don't have enough energy for Charizard, you can also consider Mega Houndoom. They'll also do really well, but essentially you're always going to want to have a Mega Evolved Pokemon if you're someone who's going to be grinding raids either during a raid hour or any day that you're going out. Mega Evolve a Pokemon. The evolutions last for 8 hours, so it gives you lots of time to grind and boost Pokemon while you're raiding. Next up, as you probably know, Shadow Pokemon are always going to be stronger than either their normal form or their purified form. That being said, there's a few Shadow Pokemon that are going to do really well against Cobalion. This is going to include either Shadow Machamp or Hariyama with fighting type moves, or Shadow Entei, Moltres, Ho-Oh, or Mag Mortar, all with fire type moves. Now, if you don't have any of those, that's okay. You can also use just strong fire type attackers or fighting type attackers against Cobalion, and your best bets for that are going to include Reshiram, Entei, Chandelure, or our fire type Darmanitan. Of course, make sure they have fire type moves, both fast and charged attack. And then finally, you can also include really strong fighting type Pokemon like Lucario, Conkeldurr, Hariyama, and even Breloom, all with fighting type moves. So some of those fighting type Pokemon are a little bit more accessible to trainers, and we've also been using those fighting type Pokemon a lot against raid bosses the past several months. So hopefully you all have some that are pretty decently powered up to take on this Pokemon. Next up, let's do Terrakion. Now Terrakion is also available in its shiny form, and its Hundo CPs are going to be a little bit different. You're going to want to look out for 2113 in non-boosted conditions, or 2641 boosted by cloudy or partly cloudy weather. So Terrakion is a rock and fighting type Pokemon, and this combo is going to make it weak to a lot of other type of Pokemon. This includes Fairy, Fighting, Grass, Ground, Psychic, Steel, and Water. So you've got a lot to choose from. So this should make it a bit easier, especially if you're a lower level trainer. There is a lot to choose from, lots of Pokemon that are very, very available to you, even if you've just started playing. Now, first up, our top attacker is going to be Mewtwo. Of course, if you have a Shadow Mewtwo, that is going to be a better choice than a regular Mewtwo, but either one of these are going to be the top attacker. But you're going to want that Mewtwo to have Confusion as its fast attack and Psy Strike as its charged attack. After that, you're going to want to use a Mega Blastoise. Now, Mega Evolving a Blastoise isn't going to be very beneficial for either of the other two Swords of Justice Pokemon, so consider consider doing this on one specific day and specifically hunting Terrakion. Or if Terrakion is the only Pokemon that you need from this trio, Mega Evolving a Blastoise will definitely be your best bet. So we have a little bit of time, and right now in the game there are several different ways to load up on Mega Energy for these Pokemon. One is putting them as your buddy and walking with them. Now right now there are several research tasks available out there from Pokestops that require you to do kind of decently easy tasks to complete for Mega Evolution Energy for different types of Pokemon, and now you can actually see the specific Mega Evolution Energy that you're getting for what specific Pokemon. Before it just showed us the candy and it was really hard to figure out what candy corresponded with what Pokemon, but now you actually get a little tiny icon of what Pokemon the energy is for. So for any Pokemon that we talk about in this video that are going to be useful for Mega Evolutions, make sure to go out there and start spinning Pokestops and look out for those tasks that are going to reward you with Mega Evolution Energy. Now back from that tangent, on your Blastoise, you're going to want to have Water Gun and Hydro Cannon as your attacks. Also, if you don't have enough Mega Energy to Mega Evolve a Blastoise, just Blastoise by itself is also going to be pretty useful in this raid. So if you find that that's the best available Pokemon you have, that's still going to be really good. Now, because this Pokemon is weak to so many different typings, that also means that we have several different Shadow Pokemon to choose from. So there's a pretty good chance that you have at least one of these Shadow Pokemon, more likely more than one. So your best one is going to be a Shadow Metagross with Steel type attacks. Next up is going to be Shadow Swampert with Water type attacks, or a Shadow Machamp with Fighting type attacks. Again, Shadow Machamp and Machamp on its own are Pokemon that we have had a lot of access to really recently. So hopefully, even if you just go in with tons of Machamps, tons of Shadow Machamps, that's going to make a really great party for this. And then finally, you can also bring in some Shadow Psychic type Pokemon, including Gardevoir or Gallade, or Alakazam and Execute, and on any of these, you're going to want the moves Confusion and Psychic on them. Additionally, this boss is going to give all of us a great opportunity to put our brand new Hoopas and our Zarudes to use. So you're going to want Hoopa with Psychic type attacks, or a Zarude with Grass type attacks. So if you want to test out these two brand new Pokemon, give them some TMs, get them the moves they need, and test them out in these raids against Terrakion. Alright, and then finally in our Swords of Justice trio, the final one is going to be Virizion. Virizion is also available in shiny form. This is probably my favorite of the three, and the Hundo CPs on Virizion are going to be the exact same as the ones for Cobalion. So this is going to make it a little bit easier when you're looking out for those numbers at the end of raid battles once the Pokemon appears. So again, that's going to be 1727 in non-boosted conditions, or 2159, but this one's going to be boosted by sunny or cloudy weather, unlike Cobalion, who was boosted by snowy instead of sunny. So now Virizion is a grass and fighting type Pokemon. This is also going to make it weak to several different types of Pokemon. However, it is going to be double weak to flying type Pokemon and attacks. So for the most part for this one, it's pretty easy. You're going to want to focus on your best flying type attackers. If you don't have a lot, we will cover other ones that will be good, but a lot of these flying type attackers have been very, very accessible for pretty much all trainers, so this should be a really easy Pokemon for you, even if you're very new to the game. So besides being double weak to flying type, they're also going to be weak to fairy, fire, ice, poison, and psychic. So that being said, the Pokemon you're going to want to Mega Evolve to go against Virizion is definitely going to be Pidgeot. That's another one that is super accessible to most of us trainers. It was one of the first Mega Pokemon to come out. Hopefully you have enough energy stored up to put a Mega Pidgeot to use against Virizion. Now for Shadow Pokemon, this is another one that is hopefully going to work out very well for us because the legendary birds are going to come in super handy for this one. If you're someone who's been playing for just a little while, we've had several opportunities to get these Shadow birds either from GoFest last year in 2020, or Giovanni recently went through all three of these birds. So hopefully you got your hands on a good Shadow Moltres, Zapdos, or Articuno. Now Articuno is a little bit farther down on that list as far as the best type attackers, but if the best flying type bird you have is an Articuno, definitely bring that in, especially in their Shadow forms. In addition, Shadow Honchkrow, Shadow Ho-Oh, and even Shadow Staraptor. We've been seeing a lot of Starly grunts recently in the game. So if you've got the candy and you have a decent Shadow Starly, make sure to evolve it up to a Staraptor. That's going to come in really handy against Virizion. Finally, there's lots of other flying type Pokemon. This even includes Rayquaza with flying type moves. And then you can also consider Yveltal or Braviary, again, flying type moves on both of those. Either form of Tornadus with flying type moves, and then even a Togekiss with flying type moves. Now I know Togekiss usually comes in handy with fairy type moves, so if you've got a ton of TMs to spare, you can change your fairy type Togekiss into a flying type just for these raids, or if you have a second Togekiss that you want to power up exclusively Joby as a flying type attacker, that would come in handy too. Okay, now let's switch up to Cresselia. Cresselia is going to be replacing the Swords of Justice trio on November 16th, and they're going to stay in 5-star raids all the way through December 1st, taking us through the month of November. Now, Cresselia is going to get 2 raid hours. These again are going to happen on Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. local time, and we'll be seeing Cresselia as our raid hour boss on November 17th and November 24th. So Cresselia is available in its shiny form. We have seen it in its shiny form before in raids. It's another pretty nice looking shiny, and their hundo CPs are going to be 1633 in non-boosted conditions or 2041 boosted by windy weather. So Cresselia is a pure psychic type Pokemon, which is going to make it weak to bug, dark, and ghost type attackers. This is another very convenient follow-up to our Halloween season because hopefully we all were able to collect some very decent ghost and dark type attackers. They're going to come in really handy against Cresselia. Now that being said, of course the Pokemon you're going to want to Mega Evolve first and foremost is going to be a Mega Gengar. We had tons of opportunity this past month to start collecting Mega Energy for Mega Gengar. Hopefully we all have a ton. And hopefully you also got a shiny one because this shiny Mega Gengar is beautiful. Now, if for any reason you aren't able to Mega Evolve a Gengar, you can also use a Mega Houndoom with dark type moves against Cresselia. That's going to work really well. Additionally, this is going to be a great Pokemon to try out your new Mega Absol against. You can also use Mega Gyarados or Mega Beedrill. Make sure Beedrill has bug type moves and that Mega Gyarados has dark type moves. For Shadow Pokemon, this is another one you should have a lot of these shadows. You can use Shadow Weavile with dark type moves, or Shadow Tyranitar or Houndoom also with dark type moves. And then if you have that powered up Shadow Mewtwo, this is going to do really well, especially if it has Psychic type Psycho Cut as its fast attack and then Shadow Ball as its charged attack. Otherwise, just consider strong dark type Pokemon like Darkrai, which hopefully you got some really good Darkrai's from the Halloween event, or even Weavile, Hydreigon, or Chandelure Origin Form Giratina with ghost type moves. Now for all of these Pokemon, I always just recommend about 4 to 5 trainers that are at least level 40 and do have their Pokemon powered up at least to level 40. Now a few of these can be duoed. If you're someone who is really into duoing, in order to duo a Pokemon that is a legendary raid boss, a lot of things have to come into play, like exactly how powered up your Pokemon are, if you've got the proper Mega Evolution in there, if you have a best friend bonus with the person you're duoing, and if the weather in game is working in your favor. So we're not going to cover those nitty-gritty details. If you just want to make sure that you're able to get into a raid, definitely complete it and hope to get the most amount of balls possible to take in to catch your legendary Pokemon, you should always just consider about 4 to 5 level trainers. Of course, the more trainers that you have, the easier that raid is going to be, the more Pokeballs you're going to get to catch that Pokemon, and even more particularly for events like Raid Hour where you want to grind through as many raids as possible as fast as possible. It is always best to have as many trainers as possible. There really isn't any benefit to doing it with the least amount of possible raiders other than just bragging rights. So that is going to cover it for our November 5-star raid bosses. Make sure to subscribe or check out the channel. We'll probably do some shorts for some of the other Mega Evolutions. Maybe we'll do a full video. We'll see how things go. And additionally, if you do like more short type format content, especially covering other raid bosses like the 1 and 3-star raids as well as Mega Evolution raids, you can also go check me out on TikTok. We've got lots of short form content there as well. We post a little bit more often there than we do shorts for YouTube. So if you're someone who enjoys shorts on this channel, definitely check out the TikTok as well. Now that all being said, thank you as always for watching. I really hope you found these counter guides helpful. If you did, make sure to give the video a thumbs up or drop any comments down in the comment section. Otherwise, I will see you all very soon in whatever the next video may be. Hope you have an amazing day. Good luck in November in Pokemon Go. See y'all soon. Bye!